What's good, everybody, and welcome back to yet another episode of The Sankalp Show. So, in today's episode, we have Anita Parida, who is a professional content writer. The best part about her is that she had also worked as a freelance content writer, and most of the people actually start their content writing journey being a freelancer. In this episode, we will actually learn about how did she really come from being a freelance content writer to a professional content writer. Also, the fun fact here is that she had also been an engineer, a mechanical engineer basically, and how did she really switch her career from being a mechanical engineer to being a professional content writer. Not only will we discuss about her journey in this entire podcast, we will also be looking at what are the salary perks and the paying scale that a professional content writer might really get in India. Also, we will learn about all the growth horizons which are actually possible for being a content writer in India. So stay tuned till the very end of this episode because you'll learn a hell lot of things about freelance content writer in India. Thank you so much, Anita, for joining us on the podcast. And it's really a pleasure to have you here. And just for our audience, can you give a brief introduction of yourself?
Definitely. So, what sort of introduction you want? Because I have a lot of varieties of introduction. That's why. So, we connected on LinkedIn. So, yes, I'll stay with that. Saying that I'm a
Yeah.
content writer and yes, I'm working with some companies, some clients. It will be like at this point it will be clear. Maybe going forward people will get to know what exactly I started as and what exactly I'm landing here as. So
Yeah,
yes,
we will definitely discuss this entire thing on the
I'm
podcast.
yep.
Yeah, so as of now, you are a content writer and basically an engineer turned content writer. So that's an interesting part. So the first and the foremost thing is that, like, how and when did you start with the content writing basically?
Actually, being very honest, I never thought that I'll be a writer in future, or I'll be end up writing all these content things and completely into writing. I never imagined myself there because you see that I'm a engineer, that too mechanical engineer. So I was having a lot of interest in writing. Actually, the point is, whenever from the starting only, not even like the engineering or something. Before that also I was too much interested in all this writing stuff. Like I get excited whenever I get any sort of opportunity where I can write. I'm so much into writing stuff that I never like leave any chance of writing. I was completely unaware of this content writing whole strategy and everything, like whatever comes in writing. I never knew that it could be a job or something, because that time I was staying in Odisha, Bhubaneswar, my place. So I thought that maybe it's a hobby or passion we can just take along with our any job or something. But after that, my sister, she told me that, do you know that content writing is a job and you can also explore a career in that? So then I thought, is it? So then I thought, okay, so I am quite good at leaving my jobs. So that time
Yeah.
I left my job. Then I thought, no, I have to go with one passion, and I'll try whatever it is. I'll try. I just try to like do all these things. Then I jumped into Hyderabad, and I started taking small freelancing gigs and all. After that, yes, now I am a content writer. So engineering is quite left behind, but no regret. I don't think that there is a point to regret that I started as a engineer and landed as a content writer.
Content.
So yes.
Yeah, that's actually great. That makes you different, right? The next thing is like when even I started out when I was into like in my 12th standard and everything. Like I also started out with content writing, but my experience was not really that great with it. Just maybe I mean I would blame that on the different websites that are actually there in the market, like like
Mhm.
freelancers and Fiverr and all those things, right? Many newbies actually start with all those
Yes,
things,
yes, yes.
right? So, did you also start with like
Yeah,
Freelancer
yeah.
or Fiverr or any other website?
For me, being very honest, for me, I just I thought that I need to explore a lot of things. So I'd never like people will be like taking suggestions from their seniors or from other writers and all. I didn't know that someone like in this world people take suggestions and people give suggestions. My sister told that you're writing well. Then why don't you try on LinkedIn? Then I told, okay, what is LinkedIn? So that was my first reaction towards LinkedIn, and
Yeah.
now I'm quite addicted to it. When I started, I saw I just followed a few content writers, and then I thought, okay, content writing is not just writing stuff on your WhatsApp status or your diary or something. It could be something like, it should give value to others as well as to that contentment to yourself also. Then I thought, let's see what will happen. Then I kept myself that I'm open to work and all. Then I've
Yeah, yeah.
got a few clients also, but yes, never started from any specified website like Fiverr and all, because Upwork and all these are here. And I still now I'm getting a few DMs in LinkedIn that how to start a career in Upwork or Fiverr. I told, definitely I don't want to give any like blank suggestion here. My first freelancing was as a content writer. I was making questions for Gate, for Unacademy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's actually great.
So yeah.
Yeah. So, in present times, as of 2021, there are many freelancers who are arriving, and there are many platforms as well to host freelancers so as to provide them the services, right? So, do you think or do you feel that freelancers often get
Okay.
exploited by either by clients or by certain platforms or by anywhere in between the process of freelancing?
I have completely gone through all these things. Like I have a real time experience on this. Even also after being in this field from last 3 years, around three more than 3 years, till now also I'm getting being like I have the chances to get scammed by like clients and all. Yes, undoubtedly I'll say, because you see, I think 50% of my posts on LinkedIn will be that beware of scammers, because
Exactly.
whenever I come across in such situations, I try to tell people that this is not the way we should be hired, or this is not the way we should be treated, because and like I also see right now, so it's not like small freelancing clients or any sort of websites. It's like a uh,
Entire
big
industry, maybe.
companies also doing the same thing. Like they will be, yes, undoubtedly, because I don't know what writing exactly means to them. I don't want to offense also, but the point is, like they are telling, just write 3 articles. How much time will it take? Like they're telling, like
Yeah,
कितने time लगता है तुमको? Just it's like 2 3 hours you'll take and you'll complete the assignment. Okay, fine, I'll complete the assignment, but why? Because
exactly.
anyways, I was after taking those like content and all, they will definitely just fire you, or they will just scam you. They will block
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, yeah,
They will
same.
not give you payment. It happens all the time. It happens like a lot of people, like lot of freelancers or lot of writers tell the same thing, that I was being scammed. I was being scammed. You if you put a poll on LinkedIn on this also, I think that 90% or 95% people will say yes, this happened,
Yeah, even
because I have seen this and even when,
yeah. Actually,
yes, yeah, tell me.
I made an entire separate video on this topic, like how freelancers are getting exploited, and I've shared my personal experience as
Oh,
well in that particular video, right? And
so you,
surprisingly,
you have
I
been also
thought,
there.
yeah, 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 absolutely. And many people in my friend circle, they told me that yes, they got scammed and they got all those kind of exploitation. And
Yes.
earlier I thought that it was just me, or I mean, I thought that it is just happening just because, or just with me. But later on, after making that particular video, I got to know that there are so many people just like me who had a worse experience than that. Luckily, in my case, there was no amount of payment or anything that was involved. But the kind of conversation that the recruiter have with us is enough to tell that
Oh,
whether or not they are scammers or not, right? So that was a thing I would say. I somehow got away from all those scams. Right. So after that, I actually left out with the content writing particularly.
just a single bad client can make your experience like hell. So
Exactly.
I have always been there, but yes, I also agree there are a lot of good clients,
Good people
like
also. Yeah.
trustworthy people are there also. So we need to, yeah, we need to be hopeful, plus we need to be little bit like technical in this, and little bit tactic we need to go ahead. Because I have seen many people will tell you with a very nice words, they will talk to you, but there are a few ways when you can just get to know that where whether you are getting scammed or it's a genuine thing or
Yeah.
nothing like that. So yes, it happens. And mostly with content writers, the problem is most of the content writers, they don't actually value the thing that they should take upfront before starting any sort of content. And this is the point where I will like put emphasis that you need to take the upfront. Because whenever someone will tell me that I got scammed, then I will be not blaming the client. I'll be telling that you are a writer and you need to know few things about these things.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's better to, like, some people will be hesitant to say asking for money or saying no to some gigs. But I feel yes, sometimes it's good to stay up for this saying no and being straightforward.
Okay, as you told about all these things about content writing and freelancing, so also you are working in a company as a content writer. So what exactly would be the growth horizon of the is if you work as a content writer in India?
Even whenever, like in India, outside India, but whatever, wherever we work as a content writer, there is a huge opportunity actually that we have not yet discovered. Like few connections, they used to ask me that, are you seriously working as a full-time writer? Is there any sort of job in content writing as a full-time writer? Then I told, no, there is a job. Actually, I'm doing full-time job, so anyone can do that kind of job, full-time writing. So yes, there is a huge opportunity in India also as well as. So plus the biggest part is not, I'll not say that you need to do in full-time. Yes, the point is wherever we work as a full-time writer or freelance writer, we definitely get to learn a lot of new things. Because for me, working as a full-time content writer definitely like helped me a lot. Because as I told you early, like I didn't have any sort of experience plus any sort of guidance on this. So I understood how exactly companies are running, how our content can make their them profit revenues they're getting from our content. So all these things definitely connected me. And plus it's like the company needs good content writers, plus the content writer goods sorry needs like a lot of good clients, lot of good companies in the sense, it doesn't mean that you have to be a part of a big company or any sort of MNC or something. It's the biggest part is wherever you are ending as a content writer or working as a content writer, you will definitely learn a lot of skills. Content writing as a full-time job, I would say go for it. No,
Yeah, yeah.
like no regret you'll have later. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
yes.
can you put some light on what could be the average salary or the pay scale of a particular content writer in India working in with a company and without a company as a freelancer?
This is a very tough question. Plus, this is quite like can't be discovered thing. Because before coming to this content writing field, see, the basic thing is we always look forward, like we need to upskill ourselves. Plus, we have to look a good earning also. I will say it depends. Definitely depends upon your what you are exactly working. What is your designation? Like I'm into content writing. There are technical writers also. L- Again, in content writing, content management is also there, content strategist also there. So there are
Exactly.
different phases of content writing. Like we can't just stick to one. And yes, if you're capable of putting your skills, your talents in front of your recruiter, interviewer, so definitely you can also demand like
Higher
1 lakh.
salary.
So there,
Yeah.
because I interacted with a lot of people, they told, sitting at home with freelancing, we are earning in a month, we are earning lakhs and lakhs. But I have also interacted with full-time content writers working in companies. They told we earn something around 20 to 25,000. and also to them who earn 8,000. So it totally depends. Plus in freelancing, you have to go with the client's demand. They are having
Mm.
some sort of contract, or they are having some particular budget on your writing. So I will say, like, this answering this question, it will be having a lot of different answers for this. But yes, I can say that if you are a good writer, if you are
Yeah.
upskilling yourself, you are making your talents clean, and afterwards working on it, definitely you can surely target a good lifestyle with your budget.
Growth and quality are the major things that really plays a role in
Right.
basically in any field, right? You need to upskill yourself
Any
and
field, any field.
yeah, so that's the major thing.
I have seen a lot of people having the potential to write good stuff, but they don't come forward. They don't put their efforts. Like, we need to work on this. We need to upskill our talents. So those things are little bit. Actually, the point is, getting the money is not the biggest part. The process is the biggest part. When you are moving from the point one to the point 10, and at the
Yeah.
point 10 you are getting the job, but that process is tough. At the point 10, anyone can get the job. You are a writer, and a few things are uh, definitely expected from you, and the first point comes professionalism. Yes, so there
Yeah.
is a point, because I have seen in my interviews, whenever I'm giving, I'm demanding, yes, I'm saying 100% hike, and the company is giving me 100% hike also.
So, as a professional content writer, what have you taken any particular courses on SEO writing and copywriting as well? Because many people initially they are hell confused on how to improve their SEO writings or SEO skills. Because even I have a website. The website that I have, I mean, I do not know much about content writer and SEO stuff, but I constantly, look for online courses and online ways through which I can improve my SEO ranking factor as well. So, can you suggest some of the courses or some people you could follow in order to improve your, SEO tactics and content writing overall?
Content writing is like a passion. SEO writing is something that will get you the revenue online, because we are seeing everything is going virtual, biggest part. And yes, for SEO writing, there are a lot of courses. I have just took some personal advices from us, fellow writers who told me that I directly asked them, because see, I will say that you have a lot of helpers uh, all around in LinkedIn or any platform. You can say, you can just ask them, and people are ready to help like anything. No need to pay a very good certification on this, because I don't think that anything that give lot of ideas. No, it's you who is supposed to take all the ideas, who is supposed to take all the benefits of any kind of courses you are pursuing. We in this whole process of SEO writing or content writing, we need to focus that which sort of ways you want to go this whole SEO writing career or content writing, because these two are very different. And like, there are a lot of areas, not only SEO article or SEO blogs, there are also technical writing. So I will definitely suggest, if anyone wants to get into this whole content writing stuff, they should know all the areas.
So, just one last thing is that, how do you really practice writing? I know it's your passion and everything about content writing, but still, you need practice to constantly improve yourself, right?
Yeah.
And I know LinkedIn is a great way to, but LinkedIn is a way to showcase yourself, right? But how do you really
Yes.
practice it? Do you write on Quora or do you do some other stuff? Or
Previously, I used to write on Quora, and specifically, if I say, I used to write on Instagram also. So wherever I get a chance, I try to, like, I have a very like weird obsession with being creative on writings. Every time it goes in my mind. So yes, definitely, this is a passion. I feel good. Like, whoever wants to, whoever loves dancing, so they will be dancing all the time. So
all the
it's
time?
like, I love writing. So I feel, whenever, like, in any thought it comes to my mind, I definitely keep a reminder or note in my phone all the time ready. So I just keep the point ready, like, whenever I'll get time, I'll read again, or and I'll think process it again. So yes, nowadays I have started this LinkedIn strategies, how to strengthen your LinkedIn profile a lot. Websites also is about to get launched very soon, so I'm targeting
definitely
on
waiting.
them. So yes, being a writer, it will happen to you all the time. That what will be my particular niche? Where should I go? So the process is first, if you know that you want to get into content writing, then you understand, yes, I am going to content writing. Make your mind fixed for that. First point. Next point, you need to look for the next niche. What will be my expertise? What will be my niche? I am having my niche technology and healthcare and marketing. So I try to explore in that area, because I will say writing is not a very big task. Not everyone can write well, but finding the exact particular
Niche.
area where you need to
Yeah.
explore, that niche is the biggest part, because you just can't write all the time. And and plus the biggest part is, when you are going through a process of content writing or any sort of recruitment process, you have to make it very professional approach, with a where you have to hold your portfolio, because nowadays the point is every freelancers are telling that the client is telling me to write the free samples. So in that point, I'll say you just hand over the portfolio. So
Exactly.
whatever your niche is, they can see that okay, this person is having this, yes, is this areas. So it will be look professional, but your portfolio will also say a lot of things about you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Okay.
so
Okay.
much. Thank you very
Thank
much
you. Thank you
for
so much,
being
ma'am.
with me so
Yeah.
long. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah.